October 12, 2025. Exactly 20 years since India gave its citizen a new kind of power.
In 2005, inside these walls, a promise was inked. The Right to Information Act became law, carrying the hopes of millions beyond the chambers of parliament.
A law that let ordinary people question power, expose corruption, and demand accountability.
One question, one sheet of paper, a right that turns shadows into answers. When citizens seek the truth, power listens.
But 20 years later, as the RTI turns 20, many activists and former information commissioners say that the law that once shone as India's Sunshine Act is now fighting shadows. So the big question we are asking today, is India's right to know slowly being taken away? Let's find out. Hello and welcome to the News Insight. I am Lagnajita Chakraborty and today we are unpacking the story of India's fight for transparency, 20 years after the RTI Act became law. So what exactly is RTI? The Right to Information Act of 2005 gives every Indian citizen the power to ask how public money is spent, how decisions are being made, and what's really happening behind the government doors. If a road was not built or a welfare scheme vanished, RTI lets you ask and the government must answer, unless the information is tied to national security or personal privacy. Before RTI, getting government information was not easy. Why? Because India inherited a colonial mindset shaped by the Official Secrets Act of 1923, a law designed by the British to protect military and state secrets. But over time, it became a convenient tool to hide even routine public information. Under this act, any unauthorized sharing of government documents could land you in jail. That means for decades, citizens had little access to how their government really worked. While India's governance has always been guided by its constitution, the culture of secrecy lived on until RTI started to challenge it. Now, 20 years later, the sunshine is allegedly dimming. The latest Satark Nagrik Sangathan report 2025, India's most trusted RTI performance audit, paints a worrying picture where it is found that more than 4 lakh RTI appeals and complaints are pending nationwide. Two state information commissions, Jharkhand and Himachal Pradesh, are completely defunct, and 3 others, including the Central Information Commission, have no chief commissioner. That means if you file an appeal in some states, your case might not even get a hearing. And it does not stop there. Out of 10 posts in the Central Information Commission, 8 are vacant. And for the 7th time in 11 years, the CIC has no chief. That's like having a court without a judge. Between July 2024 and June 2025, 27 information commissions received 2.4 lakh new appeals on the top of 4.13 lakh pending cases. And talking about the backlog, it's massive. According to Down to Earth and Satark Nagrik Sangathan, Chhattisgarh takes over 11 years, Bihar more than 4.5, and Telangana a shocking 29 years to clear RTI appeals. Imagine filing an RTI today and your appeal being heard in 2054. As per Hindustan Times sources, RTI activist Anjali Bharadwaj, who petitioned the Supreme Court over these vacancies, says large backlogs and delays have rendered the RTI law ineffective, and she is not alone. Former Central Information Commissioner Shailesh Gandhi, writing to Down to Earth, warns that the law is slipping into its sunset mode. He points to the 2012 Supreme Court judgment in Girish Ramchandra Deshpande versus CIC, where officials were allowed to deny information by labeling it as personal. So what's killing the RTI system? As per Satark Nagrik Sangathan 2025 and Times of India, the first reason is vacant post and defunct commissions, followed by the second reason, delays in appointments at both center and states. The third one is fewer penalty orders against officials who block information, and the fourth reason is 69% of commissions not publishing annual reports for 2023 to 24 are some of the reasons. Actually, that's not transparency, that's bureaucracy on mute. Back in 2005, RTI gave every citizen extraordinary power to ask, to question, and to hold power accountable. But in 2025, as reports suggest, the promise is dimming, trapped between political indifferences and bureaucratic silence. So how can we bring the sunshine back? As per experts, it can be done by filling every vacant post in information commissions, publishing annual reports regularly, reinforcing the public interest clause even after the Digital Personal Data Protection Act, and most importantly, citizens must keep using RTI, because when people stop asking questions, governments stop giving answers. 2 decades on, the Right to Information Act remains one of the most powerful democratic tools. But whether it still shines as bright or fades into neglect, that's up to us, the citizens. It's a news insight. If you believe transparency is the heartbeat of democracy, don't just watch. Share this video, comment your thoughts, and keep the conversation alive. Until next time, stay informed, stay aware.